Oh geez, are we recording already? Hi, welcome to the third episode of Road to Max XP. But first, let me show you something. Check it out. I swear, that never gets old. I love that. I almost never get to see that because I always have them keepsaked, and you can't do the dance about when they're keepsaked. But they're such a unique item from 2005 that I just thought I'd share that with you. I call it Dong's Dance. But that's not the only thing Dong can do. Dong likes to hit people. Now come on, that sound is just awesome. Unfortunately, for those of you wanting to do this, you won't be able to get this anymore as this was from 2005. However, you can get your own offhand. You can get Wang. Now, Wang might be useless, but an easy way I did it was to just put down a cannon here. You get it from killing chickens. That's it. So you know, put down a cannon. Might be a little bit overkill, or very overkill. Eventually you'll get it. It took me about 20 minutes. It doesn't do anything, it's just cosmetic, but it's awesome, you know? Makes them have a friend. Okay, wow, that's actually very expensive. I wasn't expecting that. That could actually be pretty good for some lower level players, but that's not what this is all about here. The chicken drop is a little bit rare, by the way, so you'll probably be going at it for a little bit, but it is possible. You will eventually get one. It's just a little cool Easter egg. I'm sorry, that was a horrible pun. Alright, well, without further ado, I'm going to move on to the rest of the video now. We'll be getting 2 skills today. 2 skills done talking about them today. And yeah, without further ado, we'll begin. I just pray that I can honestly get through this quickly. Literally. Like, literally praying. Because, you know, okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. That's just awful. So, prayer. I mean, there's not really much to really say about prayer. It's really easy if you do these elf crystal things. I mean, like, it's like you're doing nothing. I mean, actually nothing. Look, my guy's sleeping. He's actually sleeping. So you don't do anything as long as you have the quiver, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Now, prayer, it used to be a very expensive skill. It still can be more of the expensive side of skill, but it's really not that bad. If you do this method, it's about 8 GP to XP if you're doing it during the Heaven Hour. Otherwise, it's about 10 to 11, which is still not that bad at all if you're considering the other costs of Frostbones, which are like, you know, 5 times the amount as of the current date. And it's just a very simple skill. This is just, I really don't have much to talk about it, but I'm gonna try and kill time for as long as I can because, you know, well, I gotta fill up this video. So, oh, I know what I can talk about. This prayer cape, it might look fine here, but I swear, if you go into areas where there's like a ton of light, you can't even see the thing. It makes you go blind. It should actually have like a warning label on the tag of the cape saying, warning, do not go in sunlight because you'll blind people by looking at the cape. I'm serious, just look at this. Like, you can't even see anything. There's no logo. You can barely make it out if you're like squinting, I guess, and I guess you are, because what else can you see? This is just like completely in your vision. This is the brightest thing I've ever seen. Like, this is like the ultimate Crest white strips commercial. You know those things that they use to like whiten and bleach teeth and stuff like that? This is exactly what they should use. They should just have like prayer capes that you can use to bleach your teeth. I don't know where I'm going with this. I better just stop before things get out of hand. So basically all you really have to do here is go up to this altar in Elf City, and you need to have 75 prayer, so it's, you know, pretty easy to access if you have access to Elf City already. You just go to these elves, you buy some elf crystals here. They're 110k each. Quite simple, and then you just click the thing and you wait. It takes about 2 minutes for a crystal to finish, and you don't want to be clicking anything when you do press it because it will interrupt the prayer process, so it will waste your crystal, and also if you AFK out, it will waste your crystal, so you gotta watch out for that. On the screen now, I'm just showing you what I wear. I bring Silverhawk boots with this because it's a good chance to train agility while you're doing this, and you know, some nimble pieces for the pieces that you don't have for the first stage. You want to have your quiver, of course. You need 3 or 4. Of course, I have 3 because I'm lazy. I'm too lazy to get 4. And you want to have your aura, whatever, or you have. I'm using wisdom right now, but you can use pretty much anything prayer related. There's 3 of them. You want the quiver because the quiver will automatically use the next crystal in your inventory, so you don't have to click it. That's a huge help. Now, of course, fun fact, I was so lazy that I actually got 120 doing these crystals without the quiver, which still isn't that bad. It's not like it's a mandatory thing, but I gotta tell you, it's definitely worth the time getting it, because, you know, waste of AFK time. Definitely something I should have gotten sooner, but I have it now, and I can finish everything up with it now. I suggest anybody else do the same before they start this, because it just makes it an absolute joke. I'm still snoring away. Still snoring away. I think the last thing I need to say about this method is that you can actually do it during DXP weekend, double XP weekend, and you can't do that with normal bones, so this is a good good alternative to train prayer during DXP weekend if you're thinking about doing that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up everything that I need to say about prayer. I can't really think of anything else, and if there is anything else, I'll definitely mention it in the next 200 million episode. But for now, 150 million is going to have to be okay, and what do you know? Just on time, of course. It's like I plan these things, you know? Yeah, but, you know, it's just how it is. Well, that's good for 150 million, and now I will meet you in the next skill. What the heck am I wearing? Well, it's actually the Elite Hunter outfit. As I'm sure you might have guessed, the next skill is Hunter, and Hunter is a pretty fast skill. Considered to be one of the fastest skills in the game, but also considered to be kind of annoying if you don't really know what to do. As you can see here, I'm at the Charming Moth in the Wilderness, and this is just a very easy way to train Hunter. You click the moth once, and you have about, you know, between 5 to maybe 3 minutes, I'd like to say, of AFK time where you don't really have to click and do anything. You can just sit here. Of course, it's in the wilderness. That's why I'm wearing this outfit, because, you know, it doesn't show overrides in the wilderness. But yeah, this DXP is quite insane for this. I believe I get around 800 to 900k per hour Hunter, but I don't even really do it for the Hunter experience. The main reason I do this method is for the agility experience. I always try to have bonus experience inside of agility, so I'm getting double the agility rates for this, but it comes to about 230k per hour while doing this, just for having the agility experience alone. So that makes it more worthwhile than pretty much any other reason, and it's like extra good hunt experience as well. So there's really no reason to not do this. You get good charms and it's amazing rates. The setup is very simple as well. You can see my inventory there. Just look up My Crew's guide. He's got a very good solid guide on how to hunt these properly. Couldn't say it any better myself. Oh yeah, you need 89 Hunter to hunt these. So it's really not even that hard to get there. I'll show briefly how I think you should get to 89 Hunter if you aren't there already, but it's very simple. Last thing I want to say about this is that you are in the wilderness, so there is a chance you will be attacked. But in the about 40 mil experience I've been here since 120, I've been attacked maybe 4 or 5 times, so it's really not that bad. Of course, it begs the question, why do people even bother attacking here anyway? When they do kill you, they get about 500k, which is literally like the worst thing ever. You saw me killing chickens earlier with a cannon. That's even better than that. So I don't know why people even bother killing others. And as long as you have an amulet of glory, and you're below level 30 wilderness, you can teleport out of there. So it's not too bad. It's a very viable option for those who want to do that. So if you're not 89 Hunter and you don't have Charming Moths yet, the best thing I suggest to do is to go to Tree Gnome Stronghold, and in there they have an area where you can get these tickets here. And these tickets are Grenwall tickets, and you get them by playing the Big Chinchampa minigame, which you can get right through this portal here. You can, I believe it's every half hour, like 11:30, 12 o'clock, you know, 12:30. And you basically just put moths inside of the middle. It's very simple. I'm not going to do a video of that here. But after that's done, you get points and you get these Grenwall tickets, which you can use to enter the Grenwall portal. I believe you need 77 Hunter for that. I suggest 80 because you can put down your 5 traps. But the Chinchampa minigame will give you some pretty decent experience anyway. So if you're below 77 or 80, I suggest just doing that all the way up until then, so you can bank up on tickets and go crazy when you have all of them. If you need the traps, there's traps over here all the time. And then from there, you just enter the Grenwall portal, which is right over here. Now, once you've entered the portal, usually it'll be empty. Sometimes you'll have somebody here, and if there is somebody here, you just re-enter the portal, and it should be okay. You should be alone. Now, I'm not going to put down all 5 traps, because this isn't a tutorial. I'm just showing you how it's done. But you just put the traps down in faraway locations. You don't want them too close. You add some meat to there, because the Grenwalls need the meat. So it's a little bit annoying. Definitely more click-consuming than the Charming Moths. But the good thing about Grenwalls is that they're about 400k an hour, which is good for mid-levels, but even better is that the money making for these are actually quite insane. Once you've caught one of these, you'll get multiple Grenwall spikes. I believe it's like 15 to 20 or something like that. And each of these spikes are usually over 1k each. As of right now, I believe they're like 1.2 or 1.3k each. They usually go up like right before DXP weekend, so they're really good option for making money. Like you could make over 5 to 6 million an hour usually doing this. So for mid-levels, this is very good. You can bring a familiar to hold extra meat, and try to remember to stay away from the Grenwalls when you're hunting beside them because they're scared of you. So that's going to be it for Grenwalls here, and I'm just going to go finish off Hunter now. So this is basically protein traps. I usually will prefer protein hides over traps, but I had extra traps, so if you're going to throw them in the video here. It's very fast. Traps are amazing. You click them once and you don't have to click it all. So obviously it's like my paradise. However, because I prefer the highs because of the GP per XP efficiency, I do that. But when I have the traps here, I like to use the traps as well. I don't like to use them during DXP weekend because I find there's way too many people and finding spots are annoying. So right now there's like a 50% skilling week thing going on, so I decided to use them now and throw them into the video as well. So there's not really much to say here. I mean, you just sit here, click traps, and you wait. It's over 1 million XP an hour. That's why it's used during DXP weekend, and there's really no complaints here. This is like one of the best ways to train Hunter. Of course, I prefer the Charming mods just a little bit because I figure if you're going to be getting that well experience anyway, you know, it's experience that's that good, you might as well just get the agility experience while you're doing it too. So it's not what I like to do usually as my primary way of doing it. I know others would disagree, but that's just my own opinion, and yeah, it's still a very good way of training Hunter. You could always do that as well. So I guess that's all. There's not really much else to say here. I mean, other than it's a good thing I don't have a prayer cape on because these Jidinkos would probably go blind and not find the traps. But otherwise, yeah, Hunter is a very easy skill. A lot of people should get it done fairly early on, in my opinion anyway, because it helps pay for a lot of skills, especially if you're not maxed yet. I think it's just a great way. You know, you do your Grand Walls, it pays for a lot of 99s just with that skill alone. And it's fairly fast, so there's no really reason not to do it. And hey, look at that! Finally, I'm done. 150 million Hunter. That's great. Ah, man. Finally, I'm finished with this. Holy one more second and he would have ruined my shot. Thank goodness. Well, I'd say that's a pretty good day. What did we do today? We murdered a chicken family, we got blinded by a prayer cape, and we helped endanger a few more species, which we're pretty good at, if I might add. So, all in all, thank you for watching. This has been a blast to make as usual. I really have to thank everybody who's supported me again this far. It's been pretty cool, and I hope some of you learned something out there, because that would be pretty cool too. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to stay AFK, and take care.